Today, we are looking at two brand new operator concepts and a new map as a part of this operation. All ideas in this video were submitted over on my Discord server by Arutia259, which you guys should definitely join with the link in the description. Alright, besides for that, let's take a look at Operation Acid Fountain. We'll start by introducing this season's attacker. Austin Vistu Ugarte was born in Uruguay and recruited to the Viper Strike squad on Team Rainbow. Vistu's gadget is called a shadow drone. Basically, these drones emit electromagnetic pulses that will temporarily interfere with defenders' electronic devices. These drones are small, silent, and can adhere to walls and ceilings, making Vistu very versatile in his methods of attack with these shadow drones. Additionally, they are semi-translucent when not moving, in the same way that Legion's old goo mines and Echo's old yokais used to be. Now, in terms of practicality, the drones can jump and stick to walls similar to a Flores drone before it explodes, in order to get a tactical advantage on defenders. So Vistu spawns in the round with 2 of these drones, but each drone will only have a maximum of 2 stored electromagnetic pulses that can recharge after each usage. So technically, each drone has no limit. In basic terms, just think of the shadow drones the same way as Echo's yokais with its pulses. But the drones don't hover, and they're shaped more similarly to traditional attacker drones as opposed to Echo's yokais. Vistu is great for disabling electronic traps and cameras for a brief period of time, allowing for attackers to move up and abide past defenders' utility. Although anti-gadget operators in utility have a high density as of late, and these shadow drones don't necessarily bring a revolutionary concept to the game, Vistu offers an entirely different anti-gadget experience. Being a droning operator, he brings the convenience of Twitch and Flores, but effectively being a long-range version of an EMP, he also brings the game-changing ability that Thatcher has. At the very core of all of this, Vistu brings more intel to the table with his drones, so it's hard to go wrong when choosing to bring this operator with your squad, especially when paired with entry fragging operators like Ash that can take advantage of Vistu disabling traps, or being paired with an operator like Thermite that can breach open walls after bandit shock wires are disabled. I could see Vistu becoming a part of most attacker lineups considering how versatile and powerful these shadow drones truly are. Counters to these drones are Mute's jammers, Mozzie's pests, Tuberal's Zoto canisters, or Solos' scanner. And then they can also be destroyed by anything that does damage, including gun and explosive damage. Next we'll take a look at Vistu's loadout, which brings his first assault rifle being the G36C, and then Vistu's second primary option is going to be the ever-loved 416C carbine. For secondary weapons, he has the options between the M1911 and the Glock 17 pistol. For secondary gadgets, he brings claymores and hard breach charges, and lastly, Vistu is a 2-armor, 2-speed operator, and that does it for the attacker of Operation Acid Fountain. Now, let's see what Arutia has in mind for the defender. Florencia Agua Nunez also hails from Uruguay and was recruited to the Wolf Guard squad on Team Rainbow. Agua's gadget is called an AQ barrier, which is a device that can be deployed on windows and door frames that releases a curtain of dense vapor when activated. For size purposes, imagine the AQ barrier as a thinner version of Kapkan's entry denial devices. Obviously, it will become activated when a defender enters through the door or window that the barrier is deployed on, and will not only obstruct the attacker's vision, but also hinder and slow down the movement of the attackers, similar to Tuberal's Zoto canisters. Agua gets 3 of these AQ barriers to start the round, and each individual barrier can be activated up to 3 times if it is not destroyed. So if more than one attacker walks through the same door in a round without destroying the AQ barrier before, it will activate again after a 2-second cooldown from the previous activation. Following 3 instances when the AQ barrier is triggered, it will no longer be effective. If a defender is standing too close to it when an attacker activates it, they will also be affected, similar to Ella's Grismont mines when they go off too closely to a defender. Agua's barriers are great for slowing down an attacker's rush, or advancement into objective if they are placed strategically in key entry points around a bomb site. Pairing Agua with another trapper like Thorn would be really powerful because the attacker would be slowed down and most likely unable to get out of the way before the Razor Bloom is detonated. Also, having roamers and lurkers in coordination with Agua that could swing these affected attackers and get easy kills would be an ideal strategy. Considering the device doesn't kill the attackers by itself, Its purpose is evident in the AQ barrier's ability to simply slow down and reposition attackers into uncomfortable situations. You could really just think of this operator as a mix between Kapkan's tripwire activation and the way it deploys on doors and windows, Tubaral's ice and slow down effect, and Fenrir's curtain of vapor that obstructs the attacker's view. I could see Agua having a really high pick rate and becoming a trapper that is a part of most defender lineups. For counters, any anti-gadget attacker will do the trick, such as Thatcher, Twitch, Flores, Brava, IQ, and in terms of Operation Acid Fountain, even Vistu is a counter. The AQ barriers can also be destroyed by anything that deals damage, including gun and explosive damage. Next, we'll take a look at Agua's loadout. For primaries, she brings the choice between the M870 shotgun and the UMP-45 submachine gun. For secondaries, she brings the Bailiff and the P2000 pistol. For secondary gadgets, she brings proximity alarms and a nitro cell. Lastly, she is a 3 armor, 1 speed defender intended to be an anchor. Thanks to Arutia for Vistu and Agua, now let's move on to his idea for a map. I feel like a true casino map is a must in any FPS game, and that's what we're looking at for Operation Acid Fountain's map. The casino will be located in a building described as historic and majestic, in the heart of Montevideo of Uruguay. Its inspiration comes from the Sofitel Casino, which is actually located in Montevideo, although this map is purely fictitious. As you can tell, the exterior will be large and extravagant, and the interior will be divided into several sections, each with its own aesthetics and functionality. There will be a main game room, which is a large and open area with table games, roulette wheels, and slot machines as your typical casino would entail. The next section is the VIP area, which includes elegant lounges and bars, and would most likely include tight and close combat, as well as alternative routes and strategic access points. The next section is the restaurant and bar area, which will have tables and bars to provide cover. There will also be a kitchen attached to offer more options for flanking. The fourth section is the luxury suite section, with opulent rooms and decked out furnishings. And finally, the last section is the terrace and gardens. These exterior areas will be the casino's alternative entry and exit points, and offer an elevated position for snipers. In terms of sound cues, there will be occasional speaker announcements over the intercom, the hum and jingle of slot machines, bar music, and the shuffling of poker chips, providing crucial auditory cues during gameplay. It would overall be a really cool aesthetic for the game to have a casino map, and I think Arutia did a great job of exactly describing how it would look and feel in the game. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments. Check out my most recent operator concepts if you haven't already, and remember to join that Discord link if you guys want to join a gaming community that we're growing by the day. Thanks so much to Arutia for the concepts and to Grumpy for his graphic design as a part of Operation Acid Fountain. Besides for that, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.